Okay, somebody tell me why I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Why? I should really get a life if this is stressing me out. This is something I decided to do. Has no real actual impact to my life or to anybody's. I'm nervous. That's not good. Hello, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. I am Flo. Thank you for being here. We are today doing the 24-hour readathon. I've not done one before, and I'm feeling really calm and chilled about it. I'm feeling good. It is currently 10:13 p.m. Don't know I'm hiding that like I have loads of notifications. The only notification I have is a reminder to film the 24-hour readathon. And hey, good job me. Should I set an actual timer? It's now 10:15. I'm rambling so much. Or should I do a stopwatch? I think a stopwatch makes more sense. But am I going to forget it's on? Probably. Okay, it's officially 10:15. I'm starting the stopwatch. Okay. I am very quickly going to talk through my TBR, but then we're actually just going to crack on with reading. So these are, I've just pulled some books that I think I might be interested in reading. I'm going to try and mood read it because I think reading for 24 hours is actually going to be really intense. So I've got The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This is quite a light-hearted murder mystery, I think, set in a retirement home. I also have the audiobook for this downloaded, so I can like go back and forth if my eyes are getting tired or something. I have got Unravel Me by Tara Maffey, which is the second book in the Shatter Me series. I just remember the first one was so quick-paced that I flew through it pretty quickly, so I feel like this would be another good one to get to in this video. Then I have Less by Andrew Sean Greer. This is, I think, a literary fiction about a writer travelling, but it's pretty short. It's only 250-ish pages, so I thought another good one for this video. Along the same lines, I have Logan's Run, and this is only, I think, 160-ish pages, and this is another dystopia. And then this one I'm a bit intimidated by, but I picked this up yesterday, and it's just so beautiful that I am in the mood. This is, I still don't know how to say this, if it's Babel or Babel. I think it might be like an American versus British thing, but I've heard both. But I think this is like maybe a dark academia, literary fiction. I am quite intimidated by this because I've heard like the text is tiny, and I've heard it is like you have to concentrate. But I'm just kind of in the mood for it, so I thought I'd throw this on the TBR. I don't know if we'll get to it, but you know. So without further ado, we are actually going to start reading, and I think I might start with The Thursday Murder Club. I think it'd be nice to start with something light-hearted and fun, and yeah, I'll obviously update you as we go, but yeah, 24 hours of reading, let's get started. Okay, I apologise that this lighting is kind of questionable. If we can all see how messy my room is, no we can't, we're going to ignore that. So we are currently 1 hour 25 in. Going strong. I'm up to page 73 of The Thursday Murder Club, which, by the way, such a good one to start with. This is light-hearted, it is fun, the chapters are so short. This is about these 4 people living in a retirement village. They're called Joyce, Elizabeth, Ibrahim and Ron, and they have basically started the Thursday Murder Club, which basically investigate murders, like unsolved cases and stuff. But there has been an actual murder now. Well, the others were actual murders, but this one happened in the home. So they are teaming up to solve it with them. And it's just really fun and so quintessentially English. Like that, this just screams British to me. I really can hear Richard Osman, like, through the words, which is just so fun because I feel like he's just such a wholesome dude. I've downloaded as an audiobook They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, which I'm going to listen to while I make lunch, because I think the key to today is going to be mixing up the books. Like for me, I think I'm not going to read a whole book straight through. I think I'm going to cut in and out of different books. So we'll still finish books by the end of the 24 hours, but I'm not going to read like one full book and then move on to another book. I think for me the tactic is going to be reading a bit of different ones, and then so I'll listen to the audiobook, then I'll come back to Thursday Murder Club, and maybe I'll start another book as well. I think this is going to be the tactic today, but we'll see. But anyway, I thought I would update, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Hello. We are now 3 hours 28 in. It's 3.5 hours down. I've read a little bit more of Thursday Murder Club. I'm up to page 110. So we're about a third through. I mean, it reads so quickly that I feel like that's pretty decent progress. But the chapters are so short and the font is so big. And then I have started, what's it called? They Both Die at the End. I've literally only listened to a few chapters. I love this. I love it so much. The concept is so cool. So the concept is, it's like this world where they've got this system in place that when you die, or when you're about to die, you get a phone call basically saying you're going to die at some point in the next 24 hours. And it basically follows two different boys, and one of them is like quite isolated and a recluse, and the other one, he's got a lot more friends and stuff, but he's kind of wrapped up in, he's like beating some guy up when he gets the call and stuff. And it's basically following them, and I think it's going to be sort of literary fiction. I did just Google it and it said it was young adult, which I wasn't necessarily getting young adult vibes, but I am quite early in. But I am loving it so far. But yeah, I think we're going pretty strong for 3.5 hours in. I'm thinking I might start Logan's Run. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should carry on with Thursday Murder Club. I don't know. I'm gonna leave the audiobook for now, even though I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna go back to actually reading, and then I'm thinking later tonight when I'm getting like really tired and stuff, that'll be a good one, because I feel like when I watch these videos, people start getting like eye strain and like getting really tired and stuff. So I think audiobooks will be a really good one later. And then also if I need like a break, I can go for a walk and listen to the audiobook. So I definitely want to go back to a physical book. So maybe I'll read the Thursday Murder Club for a little bit more, and then I might start Logan's Run. Alrighty, we are 6 hours 11 minutes into the challenge. My brain is starting to melt a little bit. That's fine. It's a lot of reading. We are literally only 6 hours in. I feel like I've been reading forever. But I'm enjoying the book, so that is a good start. I am on page 285 of the Thursday Murder Club. So I was reading They Both Die at the End. I was reading that, and I was like, oh, this is quite sad. Like, I only listened to like a couple chapters, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to the Thursday Murder Club. I think I'm literally on like chapter 5 or something of They Both Die at the End. I was like, oh, this is sad. Let's go back to something a bit lighthearted for a while. Something really sad just happened. Like, and it's like really deep. And there have been a few moments throughout this of like really like beautifully subtly dropped in lines about like aging and like losing partners or like losing family. Obviously they're in a retirement home, so it's kind of talking about their lives as they're getting older and the people they've lost and stuff. So there's like been a few bits, but that was really sad. Beautiful, so beautifully written, and so like gentle almost. Like it felt like a sad warm hug. That's a weird description. But I am very, very much enjoying this. I'm on page 285, so I've got about 90 pages left. I should be able to finish this within... This reads quicker than normal. I sort of normally average roughly around 40 pages an hour, which seems to be pretty average. But I'm reading this a little bit quicker because the chapters are so short, like half of them only have like a half page of writing. So I reckon that will only take me like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I know I said I was going to start Logan's Run. I actually haven't started Logan's Run yet, just because I got really into this and then I was like, I'm just going to stick with this story for a while. So I think I probably will finish this first and then we'll start Logan's Run. But yeah, I'm having a really good time, even if it made me sadder than I was expecting. So we are, where's my phone? It is 6:30 p.m, so we're about 8 hours 15-ish into the challenge, and first book officially complete. I had a really, really good time with this. This definitely is 90% lighthearted and fun and good comedy and wit and all that stuff that I was expecting it to be, and then it just had those moments like I was talking about in the last clip. It definitely had a few more of those towards the end as well, which obviously it's like if it's a murder mystery you're then obviously going to talk about like the motives and everything, but I guess the motives were just a bit deeper than I thought they were going to be. But I think it was a nice contrast actually, because he did a really good job of making the characters fun and funny and interesting, and so we got to really like them, and then like putting in all of that depth and emotion, so then you go like, oh, but I liked that person, that was sad. So hats off. I see what you did. I see what you did. I know this is a series, this definitely does stand on its own. If you only wanted to read this one book you definitely could, but I think there's at least 2 more, maybe more. I don't own any of the others. I think my mum might, so I might see if I can steal them from her. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. And now we're going to start Logan's Run, which should be very different. This is a lot shorter, so hopefully this won't take us another 8.25 hours. But this is very different. This is called Logan's Run. This is a dystopia, and this is a world where anyone over the age of 21 is supposed to hand themselves in to be killed, and if they don't, they are hunted down, and Logan, the main character, is one of the hunters. And then the story starts, I believe, the day before he turns 21, and he finds out about a place called Sanctuary, which is supposedly like a safe haven that he can get to. So I think now he's basically deciding, like, do I hand myself in like I'm supposed to, like I've been enforcing everybody else does, or do I leg it? I'm assuming he legs it, but I don't know. It's 166 pages, so hypothetically, touch wood, hypothetically shouldn't take us too long. Good evening. We are currently on the 13th hour. 13 hours 2 minutes to be exact. It is 11:17 p.m. So I think I last updated around maybe 7 o'clock-ish. So I think I left you by saying I was going to read Logan's Run. That was a lie. Well, yeah, I got to page 25. I read 25 pages. So I read very little. And I was actually really enjoying it. It's very fast-paced and I was really enjoying the world and stuff. But I don't know why, I just for some reason was really in the mood to pick up less, so I picked up less. I'm actually pretty nearly done. Well, nearly-ish. I'm on page 210. So I've got, yeah, I am very near the end. I've got maybe 60 pages left. So this is about a man named Arthur Less. He is a writer, he writes novels, and it's basically, he's like a failed novelist. Like his last book did really badly, so he's trying to get the next one to be better, but he's kind of like lost a lot of his confidence, and he's basically traveling around the world. He's got like a few events like in different places that he has to get to. It's like an itinerary, so he's kind of following that. The whole book is basically like quite light-hearted, like travel and exploration, but then it's got these like themes of like basically like him feeling kind of lost. I think he's feeling his age, you know, turning 50. I think like that is definitely getting to him, and it's kind of a book about like life. And I'm really tired. I'm really tired. I am enjoying it, but my brain is just melting because all I've done today is read words. And oh, oh no. But anyway, to update you, I am going to stop reading this for now. I'm going to leave Logan's Run as well until the morning, so as I said, I literally got 25 pages in. But I've read 210 pages of this. But I'm going to take a break from reading paper now. I'm going to listen to my audiobook, which I've listened to a little bit more of that as well. I'm up to chapter 12. So I've listened to a bit. I am absolutely loving it. Like, it is such a gorgeous story of these 2 boys dealing with their last day, and it's weirdly sort of a similar plot to Logan's Run in a way, in that it's someone young dealing with their like final day. But anyway, I've only read 25 pages of Logan's Run, so they might not be similar at all. I'm very much enjoying They Both Die at the End, and I'm gonna get ready for bed now. I'm definitely gonna try and step and do some more reading. My brain just needs a break from staring at paper, so I think get ready for bed, get everything together, listen to the audiobook, sit in bed for a bit, give my like eyes a rest because I've got like a minor headache from like staring at paper. I think I just need to look at something further away for a while. So I'm gonna do that, listen to the audiobook for maybe like an hour, and then I'll try and get back into finish less. Maybe I'll finish this evening. If not, I'll finish this first thing this morning, and then tomorrow we'll finish Logan's Run. But yeah, we've done 13 hours of reading. It's a lot of reading. Okay, it's literally like half an hour later. Excuse my phone, I can't be bothered to get my camera out. I'm so tired. I'm so old these days. It's literally 12. But my brain hurts. I've been listening to They Both Die at the end and I'm just not taking any of it in anymore. And I'm enjoying the story too much to just like slog through it and not really be paying attention. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm turning the timer off. I think it's around 13 and a half hours, which I feel like is a good stint. So we will restart the timer in the morning. But for now, I'm sorry. For now, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to bed. Good morning. How are we all doing? You see my mess of a room in the background? Might be. We're all just going to ignore that. I restarted the timer at 9 AM. It is currently 10:44, so the timer is sitting at 15 hours and 16 minutes. And this morning I finished... That is backwards. I know I spoke about this a bit yesterday. I haven't watched the clip back, but I suspect I was so tired that I was kind of just being like, this is a book and it's good. I don't think I was particularly coherent, but I have officially finished the second book of this 24-hour readathon, and I thought I would give you my full thoughts. This is about Arthur Less, who is an author about to turn 50, and he basically receives an invite from an ex-boyfriend to the ex-boyfriend's wedding to somebody else. So he decides to basically run away from his problems and go on like a world tour. And it basically follows Arthur traveling to all these different places. And I think if you're really into travel and like anything like that, I think you'll really enjoy this because it has beautiful descriptions of all these different places. The pace in this book is definitely on the slower side. It's not like a massively plot-driven book. I'd say it's more of a character-driven book, and the characterizations are so interesting, and the discussions on aging and life and making mistakes and the consequences and sort of just living, like life in general. It has great discussions about that in here, and I think if you like books that are character-driven and deep, you'll like this. But it's also, like, it's funny and quite light-hearted while still being deep. I think on the surface, this book is quite light-hearted and funny, but it definitely has deeper tones to it. And the ending was great, and I didn't expect the ending that came, so I just thought that was a nice little twist to the story as well. I actually read somewhere that this is a series. I think I saw on Goodreads that this is actually #1, so I think there might be another one, which I'm assuming is just sort of continuing to follow the character of Les as he does whatever he's doing next in life. I'm not too sure, I haven't heard what that one's about. But yes, anyway, that is the second book of the video done. And we're now going to carry on with Logan's Run. I got to page 25 yesterday, so we're just going to keep going. We're at 15 hours 21 minutes, so we've got about 8.5 hours left, so that should be more than enough time to finish Logan's Run, and then we'll keep going with They Both Die at the end. And yeah, I'll keep you updated as we go. Okie doke, I am 18 hours 11 minutes in. It is 1:39. I'm up to page 81 of Logan's Run. I don't think I have ever in my life read a book more fast-paced than this book. Like, literally ever. This is literally like they're in one world and then they're in the next world and now they're in a different world, all on one page. Like, the pacing is insanely quick. Basically, Logan, he's 21, he needs to hand himself in and he chooses not to. It's not really a spoiler, that comes pretty early in. And he basically goes on the run and he basically teams up with this girl that he meets along the way, and it's basically them going through this journey trying to get out, and it's proper like almost sci-fi, because I've been calling it dystopia, but it's almost, I would say, sci-fi. Like, they're running through all these different worlds and there's like loads of like technology and stuff. It probably is more sci-fi than dystopia, actually. But I feel like the core concept of it is dystopia. Like, the idea that at 21 they have to be killed. Like, the idea that there's like an established government that are like controlling that. I feel like that element is dystopian. But the writing definitely is giving sci-fi, and like all the worlds that they're finding themselves in and stuff. But I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's so fast paced that it's like impossible to not be engrossed, because so much is happening and they're like continuously moving and meeting different people. We've got about 5 and a bit hours left, so we're definitely going to finish this, and then I think I'll just go back to listening to They Both Die at the End, which I actually might listen to some of that now because I'm just in the mood for that. I think I'm on about chapter, oh, I can't even remember, but I think I'm about 20% of the way through They Both Die at the End, and I'm really enjoying it, but it is sad. So I think I'm going to listen to that for a little bit, give my eyes a break. Then we'll come back, finish this, and then, yeah, we'll be done reading. And I don't want to look at a book for at least a few days after this. But I'm having fun, so, you know. I have finished the book, so that's book number 3 for this video. That's good progress. We are at the 20 hours 31 minutes, so we've got 3.5 hours left to go. But final thoughts on Logan's Run. I mean, I've read this so quickly. I've read this in what, like 5-ish hours, I think, maybe a bit under. I mean, it's only 166 pages, but it's just, I've said this already, but I've never read a book that moves so quickly in my life. You're literally in one page of text, they can be in like 3 different worlds over one page. If you love like characters, like adventure and traveling to different planes and different existences, I think it's a great one. I definitely do feel like this leans more towards sci-fi with a dystopian concept. I wonder what Goodreads has it down as. This is a series? This is a series. How many are there? Wait, there's like 6. Or are they different? I think there are 6 books. I didn't know that. There's Logan's Run, Logan's World, Logan's Search, Logan's Return, Logan's Journey, and then it just says Logan a trilogy, so I don't know if that's separate, but there's at least 5. I guess that kind of makes sense where this one ended off, but also this could definitely be a standalone. That's really a theme for this video, is that all the books I've read in this video, except maybe They Both Die at the End, because I don't know. Actually, I think that's just got a prequel, but the 3 physical books that I've read have all been the first in a series that could have been standalones but are continuing on with the stories. So just a fun little connection. So we've now got 3.5 hours left. I think the plan of action is going to be to try and get through as much of the audiobook. I don't know how much we've got left, because I think right now I'm about 25% through, roughly. So I'm not sure if we'll finish it or not, but we've got 3.5 hours. We can give it a crack, or at least get through as much of it as possible. I think that's going to be the plan, because I don't know if I can look at any more pages now. My brain is getting a little bit frazzled with the amount of reading we've done over the past 24 hours. But yeah, that's what we're going to do now. That, my friends, is 24 hours done. My brain is so tired. We're finished. So when I last spoke to you, I was finishing, well, I was trying to get through They Both Die at the End. I didn't quite finish it. I think I got to about 70% of the way through the book. So yeah, to hear my full thoughts on that one, you're gonna have to wait maybe for the wrap up, or yeah, probably for this month's wrap up. But I did finish 3 books in this video, which is pretty fun. So to summarize, God, this feels like so long ago for some reason. But to summarise, we finished The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This was fun, it was light-hearted, it was funny, and it had a few sad moments in it, and it's part of a series, so if you want like a light-hearted, fun series, but I think probably all the books are still standalone, then a fun one. Then we read Less by Andrew Sean Greer. This was also light-hearted and fun with darker undertones, but lots of discussions about like aging and growing up and finding out who you are, and lots of like quite deep topics, but discussed while a character kind of falls through life in like fun ways and gets themselves into like silly situations and travels the world, and also part of a series. And then finally we finished Logan's Run, which was dystopia. It was the fastest paced book I have ever read in my life. It's a really weird world. It's got sci-fi elements, dystopia, action, and yeah. And then hopefully we'll soon be able to finish They Both Die at the End, but I am absolutely adoring it, and I'm really hoping the ending lives up to the rest of it, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, that is 24 hours of reading done. We got through 3 and sort of 3/4 books, nearly 4 books, but I'm pretty chuffed with that. All 3 of those books were on my TBR, the TBR prompt jar chose out. If you haven't seen that video already, I'll link it up there. They Both Die at the End wasn't, but that was just one that I just felt the urge to start reading. But yes, we definitely made a good dent in the TBR for this month. And this was just a lot of fun, and I think I'm definitely down to do this again, because I just had a really, really good time. Thank you very much to everyone who has stuck through to the end of the video. You are wonderful. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you want to see more of these, like the video, comment down below, all of that good fun stuff. And thank you very much for being here, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.